Welcome to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Let's Talk Cars Radio is sponsored in part by Napa Car Care Centers, BDG Auto Group, by Bob and Cindy's Cotman Transmissions, Advanced Technology Institute, and American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Be a part of the program today by calling 757-222-3705. You may text your comments and questions during the show at 757-866-2192. That's 757-866-2192. Email your questions and comments to Dave at letstalkcarsradio.com. Now, here is the host of Let's Talk Cars Radio, Dave Palash.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Palash, hanging out with Rockin' Larry Cobb, and of course, Cameron's doing all of our technical work with us. So it's another great Saturday. We're hanging out here talking about cars. I mean, what more can you ask for? How you guys doing? They're all their mics are off.
Cameron can't answer because he's not on.
My mic's always off. I don't know why.
Cameron's poor mic. His mic is always off.
What was the question again?
I said, how are you doing? It was something simple.
I'm doing amazing. My mic's on now. It's a beautiful day outside. Hope we don't get no rain.
It tried to earlier. I saw the clouds were out there and it looked like we were going to get some rain, but we may actually escape it looks like. So.
Yeah, we need a little rain. Crops will dry.
No. One thing that's not dry is the crops or the weather or
the street or
nothing is dry.
See, the viewers can't tell, but we have a window right next to us, so we can see all the traffic outside.
Yeah, we can see out over Norfolk, which is awesome because I can actually watch the clouds roll in and roll out. So
the St. Paul's corridor.
See people speed. It's awesome.
So we're actually going to talk a little bit about rain and how it affects this area because that's actually one of my. You're laughing because I was talking with Larry about it off the air, so he already knows where I'm going with this. So I've had experience the last couple of weeks with rain and how it affects the roadways or how it affects the lack thereof of a roadway. I guess is the best way to put it. So this 18 to 20 days of straight rain has affected my life a little bit. It has affected the roads and the traveling of roads for me. I've been doing a lot of traveling up and down country roads lately, and with the travel country roads, my passage of going up and down the country roads has been washed away. And I've been trying to deal with that in my life and make passage up and down these roads a little bit easier. So one thing that I have noticed, and you can send your hate mail now, because some people are going to argue with me. So there has been this thing in my life where I have talked over and over again about different pickup trucks. So what I mean with different pickup trucks, I mean their ability to cross down farm roads and dirt roads and muddy roads and stuff like that. What I mean by that is Chevy trucks seem to float on top of everything and go across mud better than anything I've ever driven or owned in my life. And it's not just because I'm a Chevy guy. This just seems to be true. And I can prove this now because there's been a farm road that I have been traveling up and down for a couple months now because my life has dictated that I need it to. And I'm not going to get into why, but I've had to go up and down this farm road quite a bit. And with the 20 days of rain we've had, the farm road got washed away. And that road still had to be traveled, unfortunately. Well, every Dodge and Ford that tried to go down that road got stuck. But my Chevy did not. I never had to put it in four-wheel drive, except, as Larry reminded me, one time. And I'm going to tell you the one time that I had to put it in four-wheel drive was due to a Dodge leaving a very large hole that I dropped into.
Worked it into the Dodge, didn't you?
It was because now, before you start sending your hate mail, let me start by saying I'm not talking about a modified or lifted Dodge or Ford. That doesn't count. I'm talking in its stock configuration. Every Dodge or Ford that went down that road got stuck and sunk. Okay. I did not. I never put my vehicle in four-wheel drive. I literally pulled onto the farm road, drove down the farm road, and just stayed on top of it like Chevys tend to do. It's just the way a Chevy is built. It's the way its width of it and the way that it's designed. It tends to just glide over the top of the mud for some reason. And I'm not going to say that this always happens because it has to do with the way that you drive. So if you drive and you know how to work the throttle correctly, you tend to stay on top of the mud and just drive right over the top of it. I watched truck after truck after truck go down this farm road that I've been traveling and get stuck because we've had 20 days of continuous rain that washed the road away. Now, if you were to lift it, you probably had a different advantage because the truck's been lifted or had a wider set of tires and stuff like that. Now, some of those Dodges and Fords, they went down it and they didn't seem to have problems. I watched some of those sink too, unfortunately, and get stuck as well. They thought, I'm lifted, I can go down it, and then I watched them squat right into it and get stuck and then have to get pulled out or figure something out.
Did they get stuck where eventually could free themselves, or did they have to require assistance to get out?
Both. Some were able to free themselves after they made a huge mess, and then some had to get pulled out, and just after they just dug themselves deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, I'm going to tell you, my truck sits stock height. I've done nothing to my truck, and I did not have to be pulled out not one time after these lifted trucks with wide tires did. So it's either wrong throttle that you applied, or the width of the truck or the height of the truck or whatever it may be caused the truck to sink just even more into this what used to be this road. So is it throttle? Is it you-ha, you, or whatever you want to say, yeehaw, whatever noise you want to make as you got into the mud and you're like, I'm going to have me some fun, and the fun turned into, now I'm stuck, I got to call a buddy to pull me out, or I got to hook to the tractor that's out there to be pulled out. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this. But, so, I was proud of my Chevy many times, the fact that I drove around people that were stuck, and I didn't have to put in four-wheel drive. Now, I will admit, I had to go into four-wheel drive one time. And the reason why I had to go into four-wheel drive is because somebody got stuck, and as they tried to rock back and forth, they made a huge crater that I did not see and accidentally backed myself into. When I went to make my U-turn to go back up the farm road, I backed into it and dropped the back of my truck right into this big, huge crater. And it swallowed my truck because I'm not lifted, and the truck that made this hole was lifted. It made a big, huge hole.
Rear end on the ground, huh?
Bumper on the ground.
Bumper?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It was a huge crater. I literally dropped into it. So then I put in four-wheel low and crawled right back out of it. Now, my truck did exactly what it's supposed to do. I went into it, and I felt myself drop to the point where when I got out to look to see, bumper was laying on the ground. That's how deep I was in it. I just got in the truck, pushed the button, activated four-wheel low, and just crawled right out of it. And then to tell you how anal, I guess I am about just what I think my Chevy can do. As soon as I crawled out of it, I turned four-wheel drive off and then continued in two-wheel drive to drive right through where the other trucks were stuck.
Well, that was probably a smart thing to do.
I just wanted to prove to myself that the Chevy did not need four-wheel drive to go all the way back out again. And it didn't. I went two-wheel drive all the way back out again.
Did you wave to everybody?
I made it a point to keep on telling everybody, you realize I'm still in two-wheel drive, right? I kept saying every time I went up and down this farm, and it's a long farm road. It's not, we're not talking like 50 feet or anything like that. We're talking, this is a long farm road where everybody kept getting stuck over and over and over again. And I made it a point every time I went through it to say, I'm still in two-wheel drive. So, like I said, I know you guys are going to send your hate mail. Look, I love my Manufacturer Challenge friends. You can drive whatever you want. I still love you guys. But my Chevy did exactly what it was supposed to do. It took me where I needed to go and did not get me stuck.
Nobody drove out there on a Toyota truck, huh?
There was some Toyotas. I didn't mention Toyota because they're far and in between a lot of times out. Out in the country, you don't.
They get stuck?
Yes. I didn't want to pick on everybody. I didn't want to make everybody mad.
You didn't mention Nissan.
I didn't see any Nissans out there. I did not see any Nissans. I did see Toyota. I saw Dodge. I saw Ford. I think that's everything I saw. I didn't see any Nissans out there. I saw a couple Tacomas out there. I saw a Tundra out there. So
Yeah,
everybody,
I was going to ask you if there was a Tundra.
Yeah, there
Did it
was.
get stuck too?
it got stuck. The road just got washed away, and it's in the process of being rebuilt, but it was washed away.
Well, I tend to wonder how much driver skill or lack of.
Well, I think that has a lot to
Made
do
a
with it
play.
sometimes. I think that has a lot to do with it sometimes. I really do. I think that has a whole lot to do with it sometimes. I think it has to do with just the fact of people on and off the throttle, on and off the throttle,
I mean,
on and off.
somebody that was less than skilled could take a Chevy out there and probably stick it too.
Yeah, it probably is. It is.
So you have to give yourself some credit for your skill.
I don't think it was so much skill. I think it has a lot to do with just being used to driving in mud and stuff along that line. I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, I've done it years and years and years, especially living out in the desert and stuff like that, because when the water comes down off the mountains, it washes through the desert, and we have a lot of mud and stuff, and you get used to crossing over through that stuff. And
Gullies.
Yeah, and throttle play has a lot to do with that. Knowing how to work the throttle and
Yeah.
not get the wheels spinning too much where it kicks up and gets you stuck.
Typically, the only time you need to floor it is when you're trying to get out of the way. All the rest of the time, I don't think you need to be so heavy-footed. Many people are.
There is people think that if I floor it, that's how I keep from getting stuck, and that's actually typically not really the
That's how you
case.
dig it deeper.
That's how you dig yourself deeper. A lot of times, being light on the throttle is how you keep yourself from getting stuck.
Yep.
Let the tires continue to do the work for you instead of trying to spin the tires.
Put it in one and take your foot off the gas.
So, because of the fact I've had to keep on dealing with this, and this is a part of my life of having to deal with this back and forth, I thought it was interesting to just note the fact that the Chevy did exactly what it was supposed to do. Now, a friend of mine has a larger diesel Ford that sits, and they typically sit up just high naturally when you buy them. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have a whole lot of problems getting stuck, but he would slip and slide everywhere. So that truck just could not stay put. Like, even at low speed, the back end of the truck kept on coming around to meet around to the front of the truck.
That couldn't have been his choice of tires, could it?
No, I think it's just the design of the truck, the way the truck sits. Mm-hmm. Even at low speed, the back end would come around and it would want to meet the front every time. Even at low speed, I'd watch the back end kick around on him, and it would slowly just start sliding around. And I'm like, oh, here he goes again. And I was sitting in my truck just watching. I was just like, and then I'd hear him come off the gas, and it has like that Jake brake that's built into it, so it's like, and then you see the back ends try to come back around again, and I would just laugh because it's funny to watch. So, but yeah, so that was my experience with trucks. It's been going on for a little bit. I mean, not so much as often as it has for this 20 days straight of rain. Now it's just a big sloppy mess.
Well, I guess a car on that road is a lost cause.
I watched one person attempt to take a car down the road, and that was when the rain first started, before when we first, like I said, if you guys are here in the Hampton Roads area, you know what I'm talking about. We've had, like we talked about it last week, we had like 20 days now of straight rain. We actually got a reprieve of it for the last couple of days. We've only got a couple little showers here and there. Light showers only last a couple minutes here and there, but for a while, it was just downpours of rain nonstop. So, it's just one of those things. If you guys are listening anywhere else in the United States like you guys do, we appreciate it. Hopefully you're not getting the rain like we are, but it's been pretty crazy here. So, yeah.
Everybody else got baked.
Yeah, everybody else got baked with sun. But, yeah, I saw one car attempt to try to go. He got about halfway into it and went, and backed up. So he was smart enough to back up.
Smart guy.
Yeah, I think and it was like an old Escort. It was like a 98 Escort.
Oh, lightweight to boot.
Yeah, so he wasn't going very far at all. Like I said, the road just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So they are trying to repair it, and it'll be repaired in the next couple of weeks, is what I've been told.
Sometimes you have to use common sense.
And then some people just don't have any. There's just isn't any common sense for some people.
Yeah, I know some.
Yeah, it is. Talking about common sense. So somebody sent me a letter. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but I'm going to answer this. So somebody sent me a letter and said, hey, Dave, you used to talk about NASCAR all the time, and we've heard you talk very little about NASCAR for months and months and months now. There is a reason. When we come back to commercial break, we'll get into it, and I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can.
Okay, your week is crazy. Your local Napa Auto Care Center understands. That's why we're open Saturdays for your convenience. Get that oil change you've been putting off way too long. Be done with those squeaky brakes that are on your last nerve. We get it. Our Napa Auto Care Center is open Saturday when you maybe don't have soccer, dance class, a late meeting at work, you name it. Call for a Saturday appointment now.
Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of trying all the wrong auto shops and never leaving feeling that satisfied experience? Napa Car Care Centers, the BDG HRVA group, has the answer for you. Friendly, reliable teams assembled for all your automotive needs. Find your local auto center today at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Hey guys, Dave Pillage from Let's Talk Cars Radio. Are you tired of your everyday job? Looking for something more? You have to go check out ATI at auto.edu. Advanced Technology Institute has a program for you. From accelerated schedules to assistance in helping students get into the career field fast. Guys, I understand how hard it is with the hassle of juggling life, work, kids. That's why ATI provides day and night classes to make things as easy for you to succeed. If you're ready for a change, give them a call today at 757-490-1241. That's 757-490-1241. Make ATI your choice for building today's minds and tomorrow's communities. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Pillage.
Happy Saturday, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Pilach. We're hanging out with Rock and Larry Cobb, and of course, Cameron's trying to do all our technical work for us. Looks like we're having just a little bit of technical difficulty, so hopefully he gets it up and running the way it's supposed to be. You got to love Facebook Live. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we're just trying to figure it out for you guys. We're going to keep on rolling on. So if you guys are out there in Radio Land, bear with us. You know how it works. So here we go. Hey, did you guys hear about the Amish guy who started up Uber?
I saw that last night.
Did you see that? Is that not crazy or what? So if you guys haven't heard about this, there is an Amish guy who is doing Uber out of his buggy.
I don't know how he's going to make any money at $5 a ride. Of course, you don't have to buy gas, but you got to buy hay to feed the horse.
Do you have to buy hay, or do you already have hay? If you're Amish, I'm going to assume you already have a field full of hay.
Well, I don't know. In my business model, it would be under cost of goods.
The cost of goods. Oh. Well,
But I saw the story. It was rather novel. I don't think he's serious about making money with it.
it's $5.
Yeah, no matter where you take you, it's $5.
No matter where you take it, $5.
That's why I don't think he's serious.
But it's $5.
Hey, he got some attention. He got, okay.
15 minutes of fame. It worked. I guess it beats the other report of Norfolk being one of the worst cities to drive in.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
What was it? It was the worst drivers. Yeah, the worst drivers.
If you remember, we did the worst cities to live in, to drive in, and Norfolk hit that list. Remember, that was like a month and a half ago or so.
Yeah, we played the one we played the
Yeah,
game
when
on.
we played the game, and Norfolk was actually on the list. If you guys did not know that, Norfolk actually hit the list. So this week they had a whole nother report was out about all the cities with the worst drivers, and Norfolk hit the list again. So what is that?
I'm trying to find it, but Norfolk hit the list for something else this week also.
Norfolk is in the list for a lot of things. I mean, if you said Norfolk 10 years ago, people were like, where?
Yeah,
They had no idea where Norfolk was.
exactly. So
Now all of a sudden, like, people know exactly where we are.
everybody in the Navy knows.
Well, yeah, if you're military, you know where it is. I mean, yeah, but it's kind of funny. So let's get to the NASCAR thing. So, here you go.
All right, so I did find it. So on Thursday at 6:14 p.m., 13 News Now said Norfolk made a list of cities with the worst drivers in the country.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Man,
So now 13 News even picked it up and if you don't know where Norfolk is now you do, because 13 News did. I mean,
yeah, they can't drive there.
Yeah, you can't drive there. That's what a thing to be known for. Here we go. NASCAR. So the letter was, Dave, you used to talk about NASCAR all the time. You guys had the NASCAR contest that you and Larry and everybody was involved in, and we did. Why the change, and why haven't you talked anything about NASCAR? And I'm going to tell you why. So there is a reasoning behind all of it. It's not like I just dropped off the face of the earth and stopped talking. I still love NASCAR. So NASCAR, I think, is almost like Chevy has gone through, and you've heard me say the term before. It has an identity problem. And that's the reason why I've kind of dropped off NASCAR a little bit. I think that a lot of the fans have kind of dropped off. I think that's a fair statement. If you look at some of the stands have been quite empty. I think that they have some challenges ahead of them as far as finding what direction they're going to go into. So I am still a very avid fan of NASCAR. I still like NASCAR a lot. But I think every time I turn around, there's a rule change. I think the rule changes fare them more than they fare the fans. I think that the fans get the shaft every time I turn around, and I'm not a fan of that. NASCAR, I was raised on NASCAR in the heydays of NASCAR when it was still racing. I think that the rules tend to draw the wrong attention. I think the drivers have their hands tied quite a bit. I think that a lot of the rules are flexible enough that they decide to play on the rule book when it suits them for certain drivers. That's my personal opinion. Nothing against NASCAR. I just think that that's the way that works a lot of times. Whether it's done purposely or maybe not, I don't know.
It just looks like sometimes it's done purposely. And I think that the only people who suffer are the fans. So it's not really a boycott for me because I still do watch the races. I just have chosen not to talk about it, why NASCAR gets its feet back underneath it and figures out what they're going to do.
Are there numbers down, like for live in the races and versus the TV numbers? I had heard that their numbers, the stands weren't as well, doing as well.
I have heard. I can never tell you. I'm not doing a poll or a study on my own of it, so I can't tell you that 100% is true or isn't true. So don't expect me to give you real numbers. I have heard the same thing. I've heard that the numbers are down in the stands, and I've heard the numbers are down in the watching it as well. So I can tell you that I do not shuffle myself in front of the TV and turn my life off to watch NASCAR like I used to. I catch it when I can, and that's different for me because I used to make sure I caught every race, and I made sure I traveled to a lot of races to make sure that I was there, and I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, that's one of the banes of business is somebody takes something that does real well and messes with it.
And yes, and that's how I feel. It's been messed with so much that I'm not willing to spend my thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I did every year to carry myself to go watch the race and camp out and do all the things that I did. Mm-hmm. And carry my family with me in tow and make the weekends out of it like we did. Because I feel that a lot of it's been changed. Let me tell you some of the things that changed it for me on a personal side so you guys understand where I'm coming from. This isn't just the media or the radio side of things. I'll tell you where the personal side started to change for me. So I used to spend a lot of time carrying my families to the races, and being on the media side of things, I see two different sides of things. So I would go to races. So I had a lot of opportunities afforded to me for being on this side of things that a lot of fans would love to have that opportunity. That would be a fair statement, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So one of my drivers always has been and will be, even though he's retired, was Jeff Gordon. So you guys can joke me now. I liked Jeff Gordon forever. We've talked about this on the show many times, how I was a Jeff Gordon fan.
My brother-in-law's a big favorite. I'll say that. As a matter of fact, his interest in NASCAR kind of diminished. I mean, it reminds me, it parallels you. It hasn't gone away. He still likes to look at it, but he's not as into it as he was.
And that's because the rules have changed so much. I don't understand all the rule changes because they're not for the racers and they're not for the fans. They're just not. They're just the interest is solely not for those two people. So here's where the problem falls in for me as a fan and having been on both sides of it, fan and media side of things. When I finally got the chance to meet my driver, it went horribly wrong. I think I told you this story, did I not?
No, I don't recall.
Okay.
You met Jeff Gordon?
I did. I met Jeff Gordon, and I had a chance to meet many drivers, and I'm going to take you through very quickly how this worked out for me. So had media passes, me and my buddy Kyle. So the media passes only got us so close to the action because it's just media is only allowed in so close sometimes. Mm-hmm. Our media passes took us pretty close to everything, but only so close. So we were right by driver row, and we wanted to get closer, as if that wasn't close enough, but we wanted to get closer. So Kyle and I decided that we're going to go right on driver row while they are suiting up to get in the cars to start the race. So while they do the whole flyover and everything like that, we want to be right there in the middle of action. So we have shirts that we've thrown on that say NASCAR on them, okay? That they're just a generic shirt that say NASCAR, and we have our media badges on, which only supposed to get us so far. So we jump over pit wall, and we are now right on driver row while they are kissing their girlfriends and wives and getting in their cars. I just so happen to be right at Jeff Gordon's car and that's as close as I've ever been to him, as he is sitting on the window of his car, sliding into his car, getting ready. I have a Sharpie and a brand new Jeff Gordon collared shirt. And I asked the gentleman, and I'm starstruck, and I shouldn't be because I should be used to being involved in this at this point. But I am. People get starstruck. You're used to being around them, but
especially if you're the number one fan of that person.
Right. As far as I'm concerned, at that moment, I am the number one fan. I'm sure there's somebody that's more number one than I am, but at that moment, I am his number one fan. And I say, Mr. Gordon, it's very nice to meet you. Can I please get you to sign this shirt? And the gentleman says to me, nicely, I don't sign anything before I get in the car. And it just crushed me. So that was my first crushing blow of NASCAR, okay?
I wonder why
I don't know.
Would he have signed it after it was over?
I don't know. So that was my first crushing blow, and I truly, I had probably at that point thousands and thousands of dollars of Jeff Gordon stuff that I acquired over the year that was in my office.
Yeah.
That, you know, just signed articles and stuff like that. But I everything I had acquired that was I never saw him sign it. So who knows where that stuff came from? This was something that I could have owned that I personally saw the gentleman sign.
Yeah.
So that was the first time. Then when Dale Jr. was going through his rough years of, you know, his father dying and people expecting him to fill his father's shoes, which I thought was completely wrong. I really just appreciated Dale Jr. for who he was. When he was going through the years where I don't think he really wanted to sign anything. He would just kind of run through the crowd and jump over the wall and try to get as close to his car and away from the people as he could. I saw that side of Junior, and that kind of weakened me a little bit in being a NASCAR fan as well.
Yeah.
And I could appreciate what was going on. That was a hard part for him to be involved in, so I could understand that. But seeing that side of watching the devastation of fans and being on the media side of things there and watching that and watching these kids and fans be crushed because he was going through his own personal struggles and people were expecting him to be something that he just couldn't be at that point in time for people. So I saw that, and that bothered me a little bit on the side of being a NASCAR fan. So I watched that. So that took a little bit of NASCAR fan out of me too. I tell you what, one of the most stand-up people that I've ever met in NASCAR, stand up to this day. I will remember this experience until the day I die. Elliott Sadler. It was one of the most stand-up guys I've ever met in NASCAR. And another one of them, Mark Martin, most stand-up guys I've ever met in NASCAR that I personally got a chance to meet and talk with in NASCAR. Elliott Sadler and I sat down at like 11 o'clock at night one night and had a hot dog. I'd never met the gentleman. I was there doing promotions and stuff late at night at Richmond Speedway. And I got a hot dog. And we were in pit row area, and I sat down on a bench and was eating a hot dog and had a drink. And it was just me sitting there at a bench by myself. It was late at night, and I just got done with everything I needed to do. And he was, I don't know why, he was still in his fire suit, and he had it pulled down, tied around his waist, and he had got a hot dog and sat down on the bench with me and just started a conversation with me out of the blue. Now, I knew who he was. He had I'm just nobody, you know what I mean?
Regular guy.
Yeah.
Regular guy.
Just a regular guy. You know, I'm there for my own reasons and stuff. And him and I sat and had like a half-hour talk. And he just two guys sitting down, and most surreal moment I've ever had probably in my life in dealing with NASCAR.
Yeah.
Just cool as can be. I mean, the guy's a race driver. And I understand to most people he's just a race driver. But people would have paid big money to sit and have that moment.
Yeah.
And I did. And I had that moment. That assured me that NASCAR was still what I thought it was, sitting there having that moment with him.
Well, I'm thinking that they're probably just like every other celebrity. There's some great down-to-earth folks, some friendly folks, and then there's some that you'd want to just punch them straight in the face.
Probably. Mark Martin was another one of those. Same experience, same time that the Jeff Gordon situation happened. Mm-hmm. That same day, the national anthem started. Kyle and I were on that side of the wall. It was time to turn and fly over and all that kind of stuff. Well, we're standing. We had to jump in. So we jump in a line to stand to do, and we realized we're standing in Mark Martin's line with all his people. I turned and allowed the cover of my eye and realized that Mark Martin's like 4 people down from me standing in a line. And I shook his hand after everything was done and stuff. Really, really nice guy. I got a chance to talk to him later, and that was another one of those moments that you have a bad moment and then you had a good moment in NASCAR. So
hey,
on that note,
balanced out.
That's my NASCAR story. That's kind of the reason why I've backed away from NASCAR just a little bit, just for the fact and to wait and see what's going to happen. And on that note, I got to take a quick commercial break. I'm running a little over. We'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA.
Hey guys, Dave Pilach from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Do you currently live in an apartment or condo? Need to work on your car, truck, even motorcycle, but your homeowners association has you down? If your garage is full of broken dreams and the I'll get to it next week projects, American Do-It-Yourself Garage is the place for you. They offer fully equipped, well-lit garage bays with or without a vehicle lift for your needs. Each bay is fully equipped with a workbench, hand tools, air tools, laptop usage, even assistance with parts ordering, which is all included with each bay rental for a reasonable price. If you're looking for a place that feels like home, filled with fantastic staff willing to lend a hand, then give American Do-It-Yourself Garage a call today at 1-844-462-3494. That's 1-844-462-3494. Or go to their webpage and reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. Let the friendship begin. Are you ready for a change? Is this the year you go from just a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand fields with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC, commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial driving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available. Job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more, or call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI. Not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Take vitamins, exercise, ease up on the coffee. Sound familiar from your last visit to the doctor? Well, your Napa Auto Care Center knows preventive maintenance too. By grouping together services your vehicle needs, customized for the way you drive, they can save you time, money, and hassles. Prevent troubles down the road and give you confidence when you travel. Ask your Napa Auto Care Center to build a preventive maintenance plan for your vehicle today.
Hey guys, check everything your Napa Auto Care Center has to offer at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Their commitment to excellence will leave you coming back for more. So check them out at NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating, and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949, residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated. Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. So if you're trying to watch it on Facebook Live, we went ahead and did a little research and found out that Facebook Live actually has an outage in the Virginia Beach area. So Cameron is working vigorously over there to get everything sorted out. He will get it up so you guys can watch it, whether you're watching it now or you guys watch it later. Just know the show will be up eventually. So
How dare they?
it's always something. I tell you what. Every time I turn around.
Out pretty big in Washington right now.
Is it?
Yeah, Washington's reporting over 300.
Or aren't they doing some
outage.
rally up there or something like that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, that was that big rally that coincided with the Charlottesville
That might be
thing
the
they had
reason
last
why.
year.
It might be an overage with so many people trying to go live.
Well, I mean, David Duke is speaking up there in Washington, and
I wonder if it crashed it or something with so many
they
people
got the
trying
white
to go live.
supremacists, and then they've got the people. They're the two different factions, and I haven't checked the news, so I don't know if anything's going on up there or not.
I don't watch the news anymore. I just report it.
See, I watch the news, but I watch the news on my phone a lot.
Yeah, well, I watch it on my computer. I go to certain places I like that I'm biased toward.
I watch myself with a big smile.
Like everybody says, don't watch Fox News.
Hey, if you guys are driving a Ford F-150, there's actually a recall on the 2015-2018 models for seat belts catching fire.
Wait, what?
I don't know. But if you're driving a 2015 to 2018 model, give your Ford dealership a call and see if one of yours is one of the ones that may have a problem.
How is that possible?
One of the sensors or something like that actually is getting hot or something like that and possibly catching fire.
Where's the sensor on the seat belt?
Well, yeah. Well, you know it sensors whether it's plugged in or not. You
Yeah.
click it and it makes the light come on. So I'm sure it
So-
has something to do with that.
Man.
So, yeah, if you're driving a 2015, 2018
But I'm thinking,
Ford,
And they told us it was safe to wear seatbelts.
yeah.
wear your seatbelt, they said. It'll keep you safe, they said.
And how much juice does a sensor take that it could start a fire? Those seatbelt, that's pretty tough fabric. You hold a cigarette lighter to that, it's going to take you a while to make that thing burn.
You've tried that, have you?
Actually, yes.
I don't even want to know why
don't wanna know
you
why
were
either.
holding a lighter to a seatbelt.
It was. I was involved in a bet.
Okay. All right. All right. Moving on. Hey, do you remember the robot deliveries that we were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it has a name. It's called Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Kiwi. And it is a robot delivery that will deliver you food at UC Berkeley. They're actually trying it. And it has completed quite a few deliveries.
Why Kiwi? There has to be a reason.
I don't know, quick, integrated, wireless, I don't know, Kiwi. It stands for something. I tried. I didn't get
it's a
very far.
fruit.
Did I?
Oh, we forgot to let our viewers know that it is now raining
Yeah,
outside.
within the 15 minutes of me telling you it was sunny outside, it is now pouring down cats and dogs. Hey, if you live in the Hampton Roads area and you don't like the weather, wait
Blink
15
twice.
minutes and it'll change.
I bet your country road is a real mess now.
I'm sure it probably is. So, in another news, Knight Rider is up for auction. The Pursuit Edition is actually going up for auction. If you were a Knight Rider fan, you can actually own the Pursuit Edition. It's going up for auction.
Say it ain't so.
I want a Knight Rider. I've told you I've wanted one. Knight Rider. I want the Bandit. I want the General Lee. I want the A-Team van.
One sec, let me write these down.
I want Starsky and Hutch's vehicle. I want Simon and Simon's their Power Ram truck.
1972 Gran Torino. That was the car.
I want the Fall Guys Chevy truck.
You just want everybody's.
You forgot about the Scooby-Doo van.
No, you know what? I've never really wanted the Scooby-Doo van, although I saw one. I think, were you with me when he was driving it around?
Yeah, I was with
There's
you.
one that's out in Virginia Beach. There's a complete Scooby-Doo van. Yep.
Man.
There is this one place that me and my dad was
Oh,
next to.
you can't tell the location.
I'm not telling the location.
We promised we wouldn't.
And they have a lot of the vehicles.
theme vehicles.
The theme
There it is.
vehicles.
Like from TV and movies
Yeah,
and
yes,
whatnot.
there is a place here in Virginia Beach that has a bunch of the theme vehicles. I cannot disclose the location.
You would
do
think
have a
they
bunch
would
of them.
try to capitalize on that, and make a few bucks.
I'm not sure why they have them, but they have quite a few of them.
Bobby Bones from 106.1 actually borrowed their vehicle for one of the car shows.
Yep.
It means Guinness World Records is getting ready to build a store in Virginia Beach.
Maybe. I don't know. They do have quite a few of them.
See, now I got that tone stuck in my head.
The-
This is the Bobby Bones
The Guinness museums usually have. I was at a Guinness museum. I saw the original Batmobile.
Really?
Did you? I got to sit in it when I was a kid.
Really?
Yep.
That's
Sure
even-
did.
Yeah, I
Man,
could-
he just went up to
And
you.
what is his name? I cannot remember his name, but the original Batman was there.
Adam West.
Yes, I got to meet him too.
Oh,
I got
man.
to sit in the original Batmobile and meet him as well.
No, I didn't get to go that far. I could
It
just
was in Vegas, so you know Vegas always does things large. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I got to sit in with the original Knight Rider, and the guy who did the voice actually was talking that day to people all day long.
Yeah. Who was that?
I can't.
I
knew you were gonna
heard-
ask me that.
I knew who it was, but I can't remember the name of the actor.
No. Yeah, they had him sitting behind a screen somewhere, you know, talking through a microphone, but he talked to people all day. It was cool. Very, very cool. Hey, so if you are a Me Too car fan, I mean a Mustang fan, the 10th million Mustang was made. So, habit. I'm sorry. Don't mean to insult you.
I saw one of the coolest Ford Mustangs commercials out there on YouTube last night, like at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was so.
It catches on fire or something at the end,
No,
right?
no.
No, this is real? Okay.
Oh no, this is real.
I just thought this was going somewhere else.
So they must have made it a really, really long time ago. But if you ever want to look it up, go look up Ford Mustang Father Day. The guy is sitting in a coffee shop with his son, and then like across the street is the Ford dealership. So they like run over there and they see that there is, I forget what year it was, but it was an old classic Ford Mustang. And they asked the guy, "Oh, can I take a test drive?" He goes, "The Ford Focus is a very great choice." He's like, "No, I want to take the Ford Mustang out." So they take it out.
Ford Focus is a nice choice. How awful is that?
So they take it out, and wow, my headset just got a little bit clearer. They take it out, and they come back to the dealership, and I forget what they call him. The guy that's the salesman's hair is like all a mess. So then the next day they're sitting in the coffee shop, and they do it again, and the guy's face when they come in the store is just priceless. And then they come in the third time, and he's like, "Well, sorry, sir, you can't drive it because it was already sold." And the cars man just throws him the keys and realizes that his son bought him the Mustang.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it was a pretty cool ending. I
That's
like that.
that's a good commercial.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I had to look that up. That actually is a pretty cool commercial.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a Chevy.
I knew there was a but.
But it's probably a 65 Mustang.
Yeah.
First production year.
No,
See, I
that's
want to
super-
say it was a 69, but I can't remember. Don't quote me on it, but I can't
No,
remember
that's,
the year.
no, that's pretty cool. No, that's cool. So, we were talking, a couple weeks ago about self-driving cars and how people were talking, they're going to take jobs and people aren't going to have jobs. And
Doom and gloom.
There was actually a report this week that talked about self-driving cars actually can create jobs. So, it'd actually be the reverse effect. So, I'm waiting to see how that's going to work out. And I believe it will create some. It's gonna take some jobs that maybe people don't want. So they say a lot of the self-driving stuff will be agricultural equipment and stuff. That's already started.
Yeah.
So a lot of the your plows and all that kind of stuff will actually be self-driving.
Man, nothing stays the same. So you can't say that so and so's taking jobs. It's just there's a cycle.
Look, if a farmer, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, I believe if a farmer can sit in a rocking chair and just watch all the equipment leave the barn and go do all the work for him, I think he might rather do that. That's my personal opinion.
I'd become
Maybe
a
I'm
farmer.
wrong. Right. Well, what is that? There's a movie. I know I watched a movie where the guy was sitting on his front porch and literally all the equipment was like leaving out of the barn and going and doing all the fields for him, and he was just watching it, and all he had to do was just repair the equipment when it broke. I mean, and so I don't remember what movie that was, but I know I saw a movie like that.
I'd like to see that.
So, did you guys see the news report about Uber and Lyft being kicked out of New York?
Yeah, so it hadn't happened yet, but there was a petition that was up where they don't want Uber and Lyft inside the city of New York.
It's got to be because of the cabbies.
It is.
Well, it is.
So
It has. There's not enough. The infrastructure isn't big enough to hold cabbies, Uber, and Lyft. There's just not enough road to hold all of them.
So New York allows exactly 13,637 licenses for taxi cabs. And now I guess what they figure is Uber and Lyft is basically classified as a taxi, so they want to kick them out.
They are, but they're not. So they've been trying to get them classified as a taxi cab, so they could say we are not going to issue any more license for taxi cabs. That's the hitch.
Yeah.
So if they can get a judge to say that they are classified as a taxi cab, then that's New York's way of saying, well, we're not going to issue any more taxi cab license. You see how this works?
Yeah, I see where they're going with that.
It works.
Well, they're going to cap it for a year, so.
It is. Because they can't control it. The only way to control it is to get them classified as a taxi cab. And then they can say, well, we're not going to issue any more license. And then they'll do a grandfather law. Follow me?
Yeah,
I follow
if
you.
it takes hold there, you think it'll spread?
Yeah, I think it will.
Philly be next? I mean, who
Yeah,
knows?
that's how they'll control Uber and Lyft.
It's
But here's
funny
the
that
thing:
you say Philadelphia
Uber and
'cause I'm looking at
Lyft.
that.
Uber and Lyft are the only names that you guys really know. We've talked about this I think that was last week.
Are there others?
So many more.
I've only heard of Uber and
It's
Lyft.
the only ones you know because they're the mainstream. There's so many more in the working. People, this is the boom. We were talking about this. There is such a gold strike and boom of so many other companies that are trying to get off the ground right this second that you've never heard of. That's the
Arrow,
problem. Yep.
Curb, Fasten, Get Me, Get, Via, Wings, Z-Trip. These are just some.
Some that you've never heard of.
I had
I told
no
you there's
idea.
about 100. I talked. This was. I think it was last week. We said there's like 150 companies you've never even heard of yet that are trying to get off the ground. And on that note, I got to take a commercial break, and I'll talk to you soon.
You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio with Dave Palach here on Freedom 1110 WKQA. Nobody remembers the name J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated until you need them. But when you have a toilet problem, drains back up, pipes freeze, your heat or air conditioning stops working, then you remember J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Don't forget the phone number, 399-1714. That's 399-1714. Air conditioning and heating and all plumbing. J.F. Whitlow and Sons have been serving Hampton Roads since 1949. Residential and commercial. You can always count on J.F. Whitlow and Sons to get to you fast and get the job done right the first time. Located in Portsmouth and serving all of Hampton Roads. Those who know, call J.F. Whitlow and Sons. Call them at 399-1714. That's 399-1714. J.F. Whitlow and Sons Incorporated.
Are you ready for a change? Is this the year that you go from a job to a career? Well, ATI can help. Advanced Technology Institute offers degrees and diplomas in the in-demand field with hands-on training of automotive technology, heavy vehicle technology, HVAC commercial refrigeration, maritime welding, and commercial diving. ATI provides accelerated schedules to help students get into their career field fast. So why wait? Day and night classes are available, job placement assistance from orientation to graduation. Go to auto.edu right now to find out more. Or you can call 757-490-1241. That's 490-1241. What are you waiting for? ATI, not just helping build the minds of tomorrow, but building your community every day. ATI is certified by SCHEV, the State Council of Higher Education for Virginia, to operate in Virginia.
Something really cool happened in 1975. And no, it wasn't the beginning of the disco era. Congress passed the Magnuson-Moss Act, so you don't have to take your vehicle back to your dealer to keep your vehicle manufacturer's warranty in effect. Our Napa Auto Care Center uses the proper replacement parts and procedures to keep that warranty valid. Visit our independently owned Napa Auto Care Center today.
Hey guys, you asked for it and I delivered. Check out our all-star team of automotive specialists at NapaBDGHRVA.com. That's NapaBDGHRVA.com. Talk to you soon.
Wish you could get your car in the air? We've got you covered. Don't have the tools for the job? Not a problem. Dream of having a garage equipped with everything you need to get the job done from start to finish? Well, dreams come true. At American Do-It-Yourself Garage, you'll find our friendly staff just waiting to lend you a hand in a safe and friendly environment. If you're looking for a place where you can do it all, from cars, trucks, and even motorcycles, your Do-It-Yourself Garage awaits. Call 1-844-462-3494 today or reserve your bay at AmericanDIYG.com. American Do-It-Yourself Garage. You can do it. We know you can.
Hey guys, Dave Pillot from Let's Talk Cars Radio. You've heard me say it time and time again. Anyone can guess what's wrong with your transmission. The true test is getting it right the first time. At Bob and Cindy's Cottman Transmission in Janif, there is no guessing. They understand that your car is more than just a car. It's what gets you from work on time and home safely at the end of the day. Bob and Cindy understand you have to work hard to meet the needs of your customer. Their certified technicians will help keep you on the road for years to come. If you can drive it, they can fix it. Call Bob and Cindy today at Cottman Transmission Janif, 466-7778. That's 466-7778.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Cars Radio, your automotive specialist. Call into the program now at 757-222-3705. Now, here is Dave Palach.
Welcome back, America. You're listening to Let's Talk Cars Radio on WKQA Freedom 1110. I'm your host, Dave Pillach. I'm just hanging out with the guys. We're talking about cars like we do every Saturday. And, of course, that little rain that we had turned into just like a torrential downpour out there. I'm telling you, this weather is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, that farm road is now a farm lake, I'm sure. So yeah, it ought to be interesting. Apparently, I'll be taking a ride out that way today and looking to see what's left. You gotta love it.
Vacuum some of it out.
Yeah. So, hey, last week we were talking about Tesla. Remember?
Don't even get me started with water and
Vacuums.
water and vacuums do not mix.
Yeah, we've had this experience too. Doesn't yeah?
Not once, not twice.
but 3 times. Yeah.
Yes.
At your house.
Yeah,
Yes.
Remember
I
those
remember.
big storms? Yeah.
I remember the
yeah.
water problem you had.
So Tesla. Remember last week we were talking about Tesla, and I met the Tesla guys. They were all lined up at the car show. They were awesome guys, Scott, and we talked with them. And so a report came out this week that said, "Look out, Tesla! Your competition has arrived." Well, I don't know if I agree with that report that came out. So I know that it's funny because when I was talking with those guys, we were talking about how Tesla is at the forefront of everything, and they take all the beating, while everybody else is behind the scenes doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. So Porsche kind of showed you their new exciting car for them that's new and exciting, and the only difference is that's going to be more of a production car. I mean, I know Tesla's gone to what we call production, but it's not really production. It still is as far as I'm concerned, a luxury handcrafted car, versus what Porsche and Jaguar and BMW and everybody else is now going to try to do, a production kind of a high-end electric car, I think is what it is. I still think that Tesla will be the unicorn. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I would.
When you see a Tesla drive down the road, it is like spotting a unicorn to a certain degree. Even though that they are now more mass producing cars at a quicker pace, when you see one, you can't help but stop and go, "Hey, see the Tesla?"
Remember when you used to see a DeLorean?
Right. Okay, so you understand the
Yeah.
concept of what
Yeah.
I'm saying, because it's when you see a Tesla, you can't help but stop and look, or want to. I mean, I do. I mean, and I'm in this business, guys. And when I see a Tesla, I still get out of my truck in the parking lot, and I walk over to it and I walk it around. Even if when the owner's not around, I still kind of.
I've done that.
I mosey over.
Looked
just
in the
kinda-
windows.
Yeah, I kind of just walk around the vehicle and take in for everything that it is, because I can appreciate what's gone into making that vehicle. So I can't help but be drawn to it and just walk around it and immerse in the beauty of that vehicle, and I understand it for what it is. Do I think that when so now Porsche's going to mass produce their electric car, and like I said, and Jaguar and everybody else has the I-Pace, I think is the Jaguar. So with all these cars coming out, do I think I'm going to do the same thing? I saw the electric BMW with the gull wing doors the other day show up at one of the car shows. I didn't find myself walking across the parking lot to go walk around it.
I saw a picture of one of those.
Yeah.
But those doors is what caught my attention.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't. It was at the car show, and I didn't walk the length of the car show over to the other side of the parking lot to go walk around it.
It's because you have Beamer bias.
No, I don't think that's what it is. But I did, however, find myself walk all the way across the parking lot to the Teslas.
Yeah. So I would have too.
You know what I mean? So that, and everybody says, oh, that's just because you're pro Tesla. No, I appreciate what Tesla has done to get there, and that's the difference.
What they've built, what their product is.
No, right, exactly. That's what it is. So, I understand where you guys are coming from when you say, oh, everybody is going to be right behind Tesla. Everybody has caught up to Tesla. I don't think they've caught up with Tesla. They've caught up to the idea of having an electric car.
I think you're right. They're all right behind them.
I think they're right. They're behind them.
Yeah,
absolutely right. That is the phrase of the day. They are behind them. They've caught up to the idea of electric car. Have they caught up to Tesla? Absolutely not, guys. Tesla is and always will be, as far as I'm concerned, at this point in time, going to be the leader of the pack, and they have earned and deserved that position. So on that note, I want you guys to chew on that for a little bit. If you disagree with me, you know where to find me. That is our show. It's Saturday. Unfortunately, it is now raining. Try to enjoy your Saturday. Sunday's right around the corner. Turn off the TV. Spend some time with your family. Take your kids to a car show if you can find one where there isn't rain. There is actually night moves this Saturday. If it isn't raining, take your kids out to that. Enjoy it. Show them some awesome cars. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon. We're out of here.